Simplified Chaos, episode 183.
Life is beautiful and full of chaos.
And it can get slightly out of hand if that shit's not tamed.
We're here to share how to simplify the little things to help you lead a more intentional life.
This is Simplified Chaos.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Simplified Chaos. This is Jillian, and I'm with my co-host, partner, husband, BFF.
Jesus. What's going on, folks? We hope you all are having an amazing week. We've got another great episode here for you today. Jilly, what are we going to dive into?
I'm not really sure what the title's going to be, but I'm thinking like this is going to be, I don't know, our new favorite holiday ritual.
Yeah.
Holiday stuff, you know.
We got a lot of holiday stuff I think we're going to talk about. A lot of reminders for this time of year.
Indeed.
Yeah. So we will have a clever title when this podcast comes out, so you'll already know what it is.
You mean when the episode comes out?
Yeah. Episodes come out on Thursday.
I know, you said that's when the podcast comes out.
Yeah.
I don't know.
When the episode comes out.
Don't mind me.
All right.
You're doing great.
I don't even know what's going on right now. Anyways, before we dive into today's topic, I'd like to show a little gratitude. So, Jilly, what are you grateful for?
I am grateful for a very friend and family-filled weekend. We had a pretty epic weekend in Maryland, and I guess it's a long weekend because we went there.
Long weekend for you, but I had to work. But
yeah.
It was still a long weekend.
Yeah, we went to Maryland Wednesday evening. My mom was here in Virginia, and we were taking her back home. But not only were we bringing my mom back, we were just spending some quality time with family. We got to catch up with friends and have like 2 dinners out without Lucille, just to like hang out with people we haven't seen in a while.
Yeah.
One of them was we went to someone's house and got to hang out and chill and eat delicious burgers. And then the other outing was in Baltimore and like a really cool spot in Federal Hill area. And man, I just feel like we saw some other friends and had like park fun. It was just filled with so many people. It just like the stars aligned, I guess. Everyone was like available and it just happened to work out. And I'm still not sick of you. And I spent a lot of time with you.
You did spend a lot of time with me. But you also spent some time away from me too. I had to go into the office for 2 days. Yeah. Which was fine. So I was away a little bit, but we did spend a lot of time and adventures together this weekend.
Is it weird going to work? Like, no, like your home is like your office. Was it? Yeah.
I mean,
kind of whatever now.
It is what it is now. I mean, I've been working from wherever for the last 2.5 years, almost 3 years. And I've gone into an empty office before, and you know, it's part of the normal now. Like it's totally fine. There's nothing eerie about noises that happen in the office.
That come
anymore.
From you? No, just kidding.
Maybe. But yeah, no, it's totally cool. I mean, I get there and it's no distractions. I am focused and it's awesome. I can do push-ups in my cubicle and no one's going to look at me.
Do you?
Yeah.
Even if they did look at you, what do you?
I know. I mean,
just give them the stare.
That's right. You're like, what?
See this?
See if you can do more than me.
My fitness is important.
That's right. No, but it's.
Did you say see if you could do more than me? You would go there. Sorry.
I love that you're listening to me now.
I'm deep.
I know.
Deep in listening.
Jill has a tendency to not actually hear what I say on the podcast, and then will come back to me when she's listening to our episodes, because she does listen to our episodes and says, that was really funny. I'm sorry I missed it.
Sometimes I can't fully hear everything you say, but I do my best. I do my best.
Yeah. But
I'm grateful for. I'm sorry. I really got on a tangent.
No, well, I mean, we tend to go down these little rabbit holes, but I'm grateful just for the traditions that we've built with our friends over the last 10 years, which is pretty much kind of what we're going to be talking about anyway. But just the fact that this happened yesterday, it was the 10th year that we've been doing this, and that is cutting down our Christmas tree for the year. We've been going to the same farm every year, except I think one year we went to a different farm, but pretty much the same farm every year. And this tradition started with, this group of friends when there were no kids. and now they're our kids, and now we have a kid, and they're all between the ages of 4 and 7 going on 8, and it was just an awesome day. So I'm just grateful that we're able to still make it up to Maryland to do that this group of friends gets excited for going out and cutting down our trees, and then we go out and have a lunch afterwards. So just the fact that we're able to do this after 10 years and hopefully do it for another 10 years, I think is just awesome.
It's definitely a hell yeah holiday, and for hell yeah things, you create space for those and you make it a priority. And I was just kind of like going back and seeing like what we talked about last Christmas, and we did a topic like it was just all about traditions and how to determine if to keep them or not. And for us, it's like one of those questions is it a hell yeah? And this has been a tradition for the past 10 years that I just get so jazzed about, like just being outside and like amongst all of those trees and seeing friends we haven't caught up with in a while, and just the experience of Lucille getting to like hunt a tree.
Yeah, this year she was really into it.
Kind of help find the right one, and she wanted to help you saw it down. And we have the wagon, and she's always like wanting to like pull it up the hill, which is hysterical. Like I don't understand why she wants to do it uphill. Yet she complains when she walks sometimes, I'm like,
yeah, who knows? I mean, it's something that maybe she should start pulling the wagon we have in the garage.
Yeah, we could do that. Yeah. Just put stuff in it and be like, let's gamify this.
The old radio flyer.
She still goes.
Yeah.
I had many a journeys in that bike when I was a kid. I mean, in that wagon. But yeah, it's, I feel like I don't want to say we have a ton of traditions, since we had Lucille, but she's only 4. I wouldn't say she's 4. So it's like, it's still a lot of years to come to kind of like pick and choose what we want. But it's definitely a tradition that I'm glad we held on to and we keep doing. And
yeah.
I think when it no longer serves us, we'll be like, no, it's time to let it go. And
that's usually what we do.
Transition into something else. Yeah. I think that's the one cool thing. I think we've gotten really good at letting go of shit, which means we're really good at letting go of
things, experiences,
all of the above. When I say shit, it's just like things that just no longer serve you. Like I don't say it's shit, but just not as valuable, I guess, if it doesn't provide as much value as it used to.
Yeah, I mean, we've always talked about like seasons of life and everything like that, and when seasons change, sometimes traditions have to change. We've done episodes on traditions before, but this one just felt fitting because it is the time of the year where we tend to think about our intentional lifestyle, our minimalist lifestyle, whatever you want to call it, our simple living lifestyle, and really just the value that we place on being with people and being amongst the people that we love, we care about. And that's what yesterday was all about. That's what this season, so to say, is all about, and is what we're really big on. Like we knew that the month of December is going to be very busy for us, just because we want to open it up and make sure that we can spend it with people that we love and care about. So, this tradition has been for 10 years since Jill and I, actually the first year we started dating was the first year we did this.
I still don't know how we're here.
Yeah. Jill even said it over the weekend. She still doesn't know how we're dating and all this stuff, or how we're together and how we have a kid. And
you repulsed me.
I repulsed her way back in the day.
Oh man.
Yeah. My wild. 20s were something to be reckoned with, or maybe not. Who knows?
I think it was probably your basic 20s. I don't know.
Sure.
It's everyone's journey is so unique.
Yeah. Yeah, but where do you want to go with this, Jilly, as far as traditions go?
I didn't necessarily want to talk about traditions, just the fact that we kind of had this, like many really great conversations we have. They're either on date nights or they're in a car, and we had some driving time since we were driving to Maryland and different parts of Maryland just to get to the tree farm and so forth. So, we definitely wanted to I feel like every year we love talking about the holidays and some of the nuances that it brings. And we kind of noticed a pattern the past 2 years that I think this is a ritual that we want to keep because we really enjoy it. And it really takes the stress and overwhelm out of the holidays, and at least gift giving and Christmas season for us.
Right.
we kind of like have this ritual now because we were talking about like, we love just sharing the gift of our presence with family and friends.
Yes.
Time, attention, just doing things together. But we do like the whole, I guess, idea of, believing in something bigger than yourself. And I know Santa, there's many ways parenting can go with Santa Claus. I love the idea of just believing in the magic of Santa. And I think it's awesome. And, one day she's going to find out in nothing because Santa's real. Anyway. But yeah, so we do like the idea of having a gift. And last year we had one gift, and it was her pink scooter.
Yeah.
And we tied a ribbon to it, and she had to follow the string because my dad used to do that to us when we were kids. When we had like a really big gift, he would, put it someplace, and we'd have to like follow the path there, which was like so exciting. Like, and that's the things I remember of Christmas. I don't remember all my gifts, but I remember the experience that it made. And so anyway, I think we're all about like gifting the experience, but I think we can kind of gift an experience in with a physical gift as well. And last year we got her a pink scooter. We hid it in the closet, and she still remembers it to this day. She was just telling someone the other day. It was actually today. She's like, they were like, "Wow, I really like your pink scooter." And she's like, "I got it last year for Christmas." She's like, "Santa hid it in the closet. Isn't that silly?" And I was like, the fact that she still remembers that is just hysterical. And just savoring that experience with that one gift, like how much joy that one gift brought her, and how like we were really intentional of like, we want to give her a gift that's like very interactive. It'd be great if it could get her outside, just makes her exciting about moving her body. And we're doing the same thing this year. And Santa is hopefully bringing her a bike. And already we're like, instead of, I don't know if I feel like it's kind of not norm for, at least for my Christmas, like instead of game planning and thinking about like all of the gifts I want to get Lucille, it's like we brainstormed the one gift, and now I'm brainstorming, okay, how do I want to make this experience for her?
Right.
Like, do we want to hide the bike like in her bathroom or like in her bathtub? Like I'm trying to
in the attic.
Oh God, I'm trying.
She's not quite old enough
talk
to
about
get up
treacherous.
there yet.
You have to do an obstacle course. But I'm trying to brainstorm ideas now. I'm like, all right, how can we make this one gift as interactive and as fun as possible to make it like a really cool experience? So
she's not quite ready for riddles.
Yeah. Oh God, to come. Yeah, and that's the cool thing. We get to think of like how to advance it as she gets older and make it evolve. But yeah, I think like this is our one holiday ritual that I think it's going to stay, just getting one gift and then making it a pretty epic experience and like how it comes to be on the morning of. And it gets me excited about it.
Hell yeah.
I'm sorry. I was probably rambling a while, just trying to build a picture and like, I don't know, of what.
Yeah, I haven't talked in the last 6 minutes. I was timing it. I'm kidding.
Good gravy.
Yeah, I'm super excited about this. Like for me, I like putting things together. So like last year, the scooter was pretty easy to put together, but now it's a bike this year. So I get to put that together a little bit more. Santa gets to put it together a little bit more. Ho, ho, ho. Can't wait for the cookies. Just kidding. Don't eat cookies. Yeah, so I'm excited for like the whole process in it. But like to your point, like coming up with a really cool way to, find out where Santa hid, her present. It's not necessarily under the Christmas tree. He does something fun in our house. So just to kind of gamify it a little bit. And yeah, like, this year is obviously not going to be riddles, but it's not going to be in the same place that we put it last year. We may find something interesting to do there. So yeah, we haven't game planned it out yet, but we certainly will. That'll be part of the fun over the next couple of weeks, is just to kind of figure out how to make this a fun surprise for her.
Yeah, I'm so excited. And the cool thing is that like, this is going to be Lucille's norm. It's like one gift. That's all for Christmas from us, from as far as family and friends, from Santa. Yes. As far as, I don't think kids are listening anyway.
They might, but Santa's bringing it.
But Santa's bringing it. We love you, Santa. I know him. Don't really know him. Yeah, I love the idea that this is going to be like Lucille's norm. Like Santa brings one gift for Christmas, and where it's going to be, like the process and how to get it's going to be like so epic to like make it different each year. And
Yeah.
it's not like we're like trying to top the gift each year. It's kind of like, no, like we just want to hone in on like who Lucille is, what her interests are,
Sure.
and like how can we add to, you know, what she's already really loving to do or something she like wants to challenge herself with next, and, you know, give that as her one gift and like make that experience, just like focus in on that, like the experience of that one gift and what that's going to bring. And, you know, I don't know, it brings me a lot of joy to do that. And Lucille doesn't know any difference that different. That's the thing. It's like everybody celebrates how they want. And
Well, what I find amazing, and I don't know if this has anything to do with like last year and how we've been doing things, is that she gets focused just on one thing rather than like putting together a list of, you know, 5 or 7 or 10 different things. It's like, you know, she's like, I want the bike, you know, like that is her focus. And so I don't know, this is just an observation, but I feel like because we've always done just kind of like one thing here and there, like it's always one thing in, one thing out. She's like not getting multiple things at a time, that maybe she just feels like, okay, this is it, you know, I've got to make it a good one. And she's picked a good one this year. Like she's already started riding a bike at my parents' house. They got her a bike with training wheels, and she was zipping around the neighborhood in no time. She's got a neighbor here who's a little bit older, but she rides a bike like a champ, like no training wheels. You know, so she's had someone that she's able to emulate and kind of like strive to work to that level. So like, I think she's like super excited about it, and which makes me super excited. But now I'm going to have to do a lot of running to just catch up with her and make sure that she doesn't do anything crazy. But spills and bumps and bruises and scrapes are all part of the game, and as long as she's wearing her helmet, she's good.
yeah. And like I said, this is, man, probably like our 6th Christmas since like living this way. Would you say 6 or 7?
Well, you and I mean, I think after the first year that we dated, we stopped with the presents.
We did cards, but then
We
we're
did
like,
cards or something a little
I'm like,
sappy, and I
yeah.
tried to make you cry every time, and I usually succeeded.
Yeah.
But
did.
yeah, you and I have just never done anything birthdays.
We decided pretty early on.
Yeah, we did. I mean, what we do is we do a nice dinner. Like that's our
experience. Yeah,
we do an
something
experiment,
together.
usually something together. And that's what we do. And that's, you know, we continue to do that with our family as well. It's like, you know, with my parents and my brother and sister-in-law, we love doing a nice dinner somewhere. And I'm like, yep, get whatever you want. We're going out. We're having a fun experience. And, you know, we'll either think about doing that again this year, or we may try to do something different. But whatever it is, it'll be an experience. It'll be something that everybody will enjoy. We get to spend time together. We get to have good conversation together. We have fun together. So to me, and it's funny, I was getting our car inspected today, because we have to do that here in Virginia every year. Stupid. But I was at the auto shop just waiting for the inspection to be done. And I heard somebody else kind of in there, they were talking about Christmas, and they were saying, yeah, you know, it's always about, you know, an experience is so much better than getting presents. And I think that's like where we're starting to like turn to as a world too, is like, you know, people are just, and I think especially now with the pandemic, it's just like we had so many experiences and time away from loved ones. And now it's just like, okay, we need to soak up all this stuff, and, you know, doing something together is much better than just kind of like, you know, finding a gift that, hey, they may like, or they might not like, they may get some use out of it, or they may not use it at all. Like, and then it causes a lot of stress, a lot of pressure. And it's just like, you know, gift giving to me is like the most stressful thing, but it's very easy for me to think of an experience that our family would love to do together. Like, I think that's just, you know, no matter what, spending time with loved ones is always a win.
Yeah. And I think even if you're not sure what like the perfect experience is to gift somebody, I'm all about like still giving a card and like doing that really corny thing of like a coupon. Like, this is one coupon for experience we're going to do together. I just haven't figured out the perfect experience yet, but
Right.
we'll figure it out together at a later date. Like, I just love the idea of just like just the act of not giving a physical gift and being okay with that. I know we've probably talked about this
We do it
topic
every year, but it's a good
year.
reminder too.
It
And
is such a good
we'll
reminder.
do this again next year.
And I can say that I think that's a lot of times I always see people like comment on anything about like, what about parents? What about grandparents? What about extended family? And it's like, I never want to control any outside force other than our family, but we emulate, like we speak our speak, we walk the walk, like, and our family knows that because of our actions. Like they know how we are because they know how we do life. And it's not something that I feel like we have to like set down boundaries and rules with them. And I'm sure like maybe that is needed for some people, but for us, I'm never really good at like telling people what to do. Like I mean, I think people don't want to be told what to do. So for us, it's been this really great experiment in itself and just like being who we are, you know, saying what we believe in. And then slowly our parents and our extended family and grandparents have kind of like, we get it. Like, I understand. And my mom is like someone I thought would probably never be okay with this because she bought so many gifts for us as kids and she's actually really talented at it. But come to find out, she was like, you have no idea how much less stressed I am. Like, even though she was really good at it, it was like painstaking for her. And she never really told me until after the fact. She's like, I love that we don't do gifts anymore. Like, she'll still get some things for Lucille, but for anybody else, she's just like, I love that we take this one big trip, and we're about to do that this month. The big experience we do is the Christmas gift for everyone in the family is we stay in this small town called Jim Thorpe, Pennsylvania, and
also known as Mach Chunk.
Mach Chunk, yeah. And it's in the Poconos area, and it's like this really quaint town there, and there's a train, and there's a Santa on the train. And it's just really, really magical for the kids to get on there, and it's just really beautiful. Sometimes it's snowing, sometimes it's not. But to me, it's like a Hallmark scene.
It is a town straight out of a Hallmark movie.
It is. There's really a lot of smokers there, so you don't really see smokers in Hallmark movies. Well, that's
true. Yeah.
But it is such like this amazing thing that has evolved over the years. So just putting out some words of hope that, you know, family and friends and extended family, even though if they may give gifts differently and it may be really stressful for you and it's overwhelming, just saying like, keep putting, you know, how you do life out there. And I think eventually that they'll sip the Kool-Aid. And if not, like, you know, do what you have to do to manage the chaos in your own home.
Yeah.
If there is excess of anything, like at the end of the day, it's your space. And, you know, I'm sure you can find some creative ways on what to do with the excess gifts you get, like toy drives and all that stuff. Or, you know, I'm sure there's like so many different ways you can make it work for your family if you're really like, I guess, stressed out about the season and what it may bring for you. And if you have children, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. And, you know, as to kind of add on what you were saying is you can prepare now before Christmas and perhaps go with your kids and say, hey, is there anything we want to donate to kids who may be less fortunate? You know, secondhand toys are great. You can take stuff to Goodwill, like sell things on Facebook Marketplace at, you know, just a cheaper rate. Like, this is just the time to kind of prepare for the things that are coming into the house.
True. And
it's better to kind of get ahead of it than to wait until after Christmas, because after Christmas, then, you know, people aren't buying as much. They've spent all their money in December on toys and whatnot. But, you know, it is a good opportunity to get ahead of it rather than to wait and then, you know, you've got double the stuff in the house.
And you actually just did that. You purged some of Lucille's toys in the garage.
Yeah. No, there's some things that she just hasn't been using anymore. And, you know, we are preparing to bring a bike into the garage, so that takes up space. So yeah, and it was very easy. I mean, I put one thing on, or I put a couple things on, and then of course,
on Facebook Marketplace.
And then of course, one lady shows up and she's there to buy one thing. And then she's like, is there anything else you're getting rid of? I was like, well, let me show you. And she ended up coming away with 2 more things, which was just awesome because, you know, I can just quickly get that off. And, you know, it was just very easy. So like, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things you can do to prepare. You know, if you give gifts, that's great. You know, that's you know, we're not saying that that's a good thing or a bad thing. We just are saying, you know, what works for us, what helps us, you know, simplify things in our lives, how it reduces stress, anxiety, anything that, you know, that comes with that, you know, with the gift giving season. So yeah, you know, Make it easy on yourselves.
Totally. But yeah, I think that was like the main thing I just wanted to hone in on, is just like the kind of the realization that it's really fun to create your own rituals. And even if it doesn't seem to go, oh, what everybody else is doing. And even if it's like really, even if people comment or say like, that's kind of like a Scrooge thing to do. Like, you know what I mean? Like there can be so many negative stories that I think sometimes maybe you don't hear, but you probably create in your head. Like, what are people going to think if I don't do this, or I don't come with an actual present or a gift or anything? So I always like to share, things that we're doing that may not seem like it's what everyone else is doing. But I think, like Nick was saying, there's definitely a shift towards less stuff and just more time together.
Yeah.
And there's so many ways to like make that exciting and gamify that, especially for kids. I think we think kids like want all the stuff, but really it's not the case at all.
Yeah.
It's I think it's all about the experience. Lucille still talks about Last Christmas. It's like super clear in her brain.
It's crystal clear.
Like it just astounds me that, and I think it's because it's just, we focus in on less and make it as magical as we can. And I think, to me, that's what makes this holiday season really exciting, is like focusing on less, on really what matters, and making it the most epic experience as you can by just being fully present and all there, and, putting all of you into it. So
hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Jilly.
That's all I got.
Well, let's give our listeners some resources today.
Okay, so I found a blog post that was by happyyouhappyfamily.com. What a great website. And it talked about ideas for stocking stuffers, which I like, because I feel like we're not one, like we have stockings, but I'm not going to lie, I usually don't put anything in there. My mom just she goes to the dollar store and she finds some like cute things. Like she gave me the other day, like a card game, which I thought was cool, and some Elsa dolls, because she knows Lucille likes to role play and use them in the dollhouse. So she gave me like 3 or 4 things that I'm going to put in Lucille's stocking for her here. But I normally don't put anything in her stocking because my mom always gets excited to give me things to put in there. But I found a blog post with really fun kind of interactive ideas for simplifying that.
Let's go for it.
Okay, so it says, just like with too many gifts under the tree, an overflowing stocking can be overwhelming for kids too. Instead of filling your kids' stockings with small plasticky junk that will end up broken or lost within a few days, consider going for quality over quantity. Here's a few ideas for how to get a fun but less overwhelming mix of stocking stuffers. Number 1, replace several quote-unquote stuff gifts with 1 or 2 of these small but meaningful gifts that make the perfect stocking stuffers for kids. One of our kids' favorite stocking stuffers were these family conversation starters. We still use those conversation starters every night to reconnect as a family, and the answers we get from our kids are pure gold. Another one, make a special treat, like your child's favorite kind of cookie or a chocolate goodie. Or if you're not great in the kitchen, pick up a special ready-made treat like a chocolate bar or, whatever that your kid really, really likes. One high-quality treat can teach little ones to savor what they have instead of a whole bag of junky treats that they inhale without really appreciating it. And the last one she has is add a card game that will be fun for the whole family to play. You can check my list, and I guess she has some list of board games and card games for all ages. But some of her favorite card games, and I've never heard of some of these, are Sleeping Queens,
Never heard of
Sushi Go,
Nope.
Rat-a-tat-cat,
Yeah.
Create a Story, and Spot It. And I'll have to go check these out because now I'm like really intrigued since Lucille's really been into card games lately.
She's an expert at Old Maid and Go Fish.
Yeah, but we will definitely put this link in the show notes if you want to get some more ideas and resources for stocking stuffers. I just thought there were ones that are different. I know I hear food, but I didn't think about my mom used to put like a whole bag of something in there, maybe just like 1 or 2 little things. Like actually my mom used to put like little chocolate truffles in there, which are really nice because you just savor them because it's just like 1 or 2. And it kind of made me reflect on like what was in my stocking stuffers in the days and what do I actually remember.
Socks and boxers.
Nice. And what's funny? My
It was
mom.
the only time I got underwear or socks.
Same with me. Was that like a generational thing?
I don't know, but that was the gift that kept on giving, literally.
I had to learn how to buy underwear as an adult because I always got underwear as a kid, like in my stocking, like until I was like, until I moved out of my house. So then I was like, wait, Why are my underwear so ratty? Oh, that's right, because no one buys me underwear anymore. I guess I should go get underwear by myself now.
Cotton.
Cotton,
Yep.
exactly. But yeah.
All right. And how about that quote of the day there, Jilly?
The quote of the day is by Niki Taylor.
Niki Taylor.
Yeah. For some reason, I think it's a model, but I could be
Yeah,
completely
well,
wrong.
you're waiting for me to say something. I was like, I don't know who Niki Taylor is.
I didn't know if you're going to be like, oh, I know exactly who that is. But anyway, I like the quote. Stick to the basics. Hold on to your family and friends. They will never go out of fashion.
Ooh, very true. Nice work, Niki Taylor. All right, and your take action challenge is?
I guess that it's never too late to experiment and to try new traditions and new rituals.
Yeah, nice one, Jilly.
Yeah.
All right, folks. Well, that is going to do it for today's episode. If you like this episode, please, please, please do us a favor and help us spread the message. 'Tis the holiday season, after all. You can do this by writing a review or simply by sharing this episode with a friend. And remember, sharing sparks a conversation. Conversation leads to action, and action is how we're able to live a happy and intentional as hell lifestyle. We want to thank you all for listening today, and we will see you again next week.